Hello, welcome to Boardgames with Niramas. I'm Joseph and I'm here today with Draco. And it's time for another one of these channel updates. So we're into September, early September. I sort of skipped one in August, so I have a bunch of games to talk about now. Also want to mention a bit that, the summer is over, which is kind of nice for me in a way because it's not that hot anymore in the studio. I can actually get some work done, get some videos being recorded. Yeah, I like it. I have to say that I do like the summer, but it, just temperature-wise, it was a bit too hot there for some of the weeks. So then also Essen is coming up. Essen Spiel, the largest board game convention or fair in the world. I think it's like 6-7 weeks to go. 7 weeks, I guess. And I am getting excited. I've been starting to, look at all the practical stuff for the travel and all that. I will also go through the games that are being released there. And soon to come will be a top 10 games that I anticipate. So that's coming up on the channel soon as well. But there's a lot of games to go through. I think it's up to I think it's around 1,000 games being released there every year. And it's just getting more and more. And the actual fair is growing as well. So it's going to be massive, of course. But I do look forward to it. I'm still a bit hesitant to which hotel I'm going to go with. I have booked 3 different hotels. So I haven't decided yet which one I will stay at. They have quite a big difference in price and all that, but it would be nice to live close to the mess hall. That would be nice. So I think I'll go with that one, but we'll see. Anyhow, let's get started talking about games that I have played and filmed during the last month or so. It's been more than a month, but let's get started here with the first one. It's Frenemy Pastry Party, and this is a sort of it's a children's game where you gather these cards with different ingredients, fruits and so on, or chocolate, and you bake cakes. It's really standard. It's sort of resource management. You gather these resources and then you use them to make the cakes. Nothing fancy, but I did like it. I think the cards look nice. I think the artworks are nice and all that. And the gameplay was pretty fun as well, I must say, even though it's for kids, of course. So go, all of these, of course, you can check them out more in those videos that I'm showing you. So here we have the next one is the Imperial Settlers Roll and Write. And I wasn't a big fan of Imperial Settlers because of the take that element of it. It was kind of a mean game, I think, but I do like this roll and write. I mean, roll and write are fun. You roll the dice, you get to do things. In this case, you're sort of building buildings. Basically, you gather resources and you use those resources together with your actions to X in these squares to indicate that you have built a certain building, and that gives you points. It gives you special powers and so on. And I really enjoy this one, so I can recommend that one. Imperial Settlers Roll and Write was a sort of a surprise to me. It was better than I thought. Then, a while ago, I did a solo playthrough of Underwater Cities, as you can see here. This is a really cool game. I really enjoy this one. This worker placement combined with playing cards, and the cards have effect as long as you go to the same color spot as the card you're playing. Then you get to do both the action that your worker is placed on, and you get to do the card action, which can get to do some really nice combos. And there's a lot of combo wombo in this. You get a lot of nice 1, 2, 3, you do something that leads to something else. I like that in games, and I think this one was really fun. I do want to play this more. And as a solo game, I thought it's nice as well. It's very small upkeep. The sort of dummy player that blocks spaces, just very easy to handle, which is something I appreciate in a solo game. I don't want to spend a lot of time in the game just taking care of the Atoma or the dummy player. Then we had Friday. Friday is, by now, sort of older game, and this is a Friday on the mobile app for Android. I think it's out there for iPhone as well. But this is really fun. This is something I've been playing a lot. A lot of playing this. I'm sitting in all kinds of situations where I can just pull out my mobile phone and play for. I think it's like 5-10 minutes this takes, and there's a lot of decisions to make and so on. Did find it, of course, after hundreds of play, I got a little bit bored with it, but it's really fun. I can recommend it if you haven't tried it, and it's just such a good solo game. Then we had State of Wonder, which is a fellow Swede who designed this. This is a two-player game where you sort of attack each other using cards that are out there like units, and you're trying to destroy the other one's castle, and you defend your own castle, and you go back and forth. It's okay. I think there's a lot of improvements that could be made to the game. I think there's some stuff in it that I felt was a bit iffy with sort of how the attackings went and all that. Sometimes end up in a situation where you don't really want to attack because you don't benefit from it. It's better just wait for the other one to attack. It's some weird stuff. And also I didn't like that the game doesn't come with any counters, so you have to have your own dice and you have to place them like this on the cards. I think you should need to add some counters to the game as well to make it a sort of proper game. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay overall. If you're into this kind of games, you should check it out for sure. State of Wonder. Then again, we have Robinson Crusoe: Escape from Despair Island, which was on Kickstarter at the time that I did this video, and it's so this is like a Kickstarter preview or run through, and this is a survival game where you can play the solo as well, but I played with Draco, and you're pulling out cards, and it's like a push your luck. So do you want to take the next card, or do you want to keep pushing your luck, draw more cards? You're building up like a tableau of your little camp, and you need food every day and all that. It's kind of cool. I did like some parts of it a lot. I like multi-use of cards. So the cards are on the back, they're food, and then they have different effects. And there's like threats, like the cannibals there and so on. And yeah, it's pretty fun. So I kind of, this is a game that I will keep in my collection for sure when I get the actual copy. This is a prototype I'm playing here, of course. So let's keep going here with the next one, and now it's going to be a little bit of a segment of Keyforge here, because first of all I tried to do something that I haven't done before, a Keyforge game where I set up. Well, this is from an event at Game Maniacs, one of my new sponsors in Lidköping in Sweden. Really nice people and a nice store as well. And here I'm sitting playing at an event there against a few different people. Well, I only recorded this. Well, I only put this one out there because it's so much work for me to do this commentary that I'm doing here. So I sort of lowered the sound level of the actual recording, and then the recording is, we talk Swedish in the actual gameplay, but then in English I do commentary for the game, mostly to try it out a bit, to have fun with it. But I think if you want to see more of this kind of setup for Keyforge and with commentary, which I like a lot to watch myself, you should go check out Rob's Gaming Table, which is a really cool YouTube channel that I watch a lot. I watched all of his Keyforge videos, and he's a really nice guy as well. So go check him out. The link will be down in the description. And so there will be links for all these games I talk about, all these videos. Next up on the Keyforge talk here is the unboxings or deck reviews, as I started calling them, because I think it's a better word for it, because it's not just about unboxing and showing you the cards like I do with the board game. I unbox it, I show you the components, and this one I actually make sort of a review as well. I try to review the deck and talk about what I think is good and bad about the deck and how it will perform and so on, if there's any combos, synergies, anti-synergies and so on in it. So I did a bunch of these. This is for Age of Ascension, the newest set, of course, the second set. But then again, I also have a bunch for Call of the Archons, which is the first set as well. So I go through these, talk about them fairly quick, and I watch these kind of videos myself as well, as I do like them. If you want to watch more of that, you should check out Jean-Claude Van Keyforge, which is also a good Keyforge channel. I'll put the link down in the description there as well. He does these basically once a day. He unboxes a deck. Then new set is coming, I think in November, I think it was said. So I talk about the new set and the new information that was posted by Fantasy Flight Games. So I basically go through the Fantasy Flight Game page here and just talk about the new stuff. There's going to be a new card, 2 new houses, which is really exciting, and also some new status effects, basically, which, yeah, that's really exciting as well. So check this out if you're interested in Keyforge and the future of Keyforge here. Then let's leave Keyforge and go on to another game that I've been playing a lot lately, which is Gloomhaven Digital, the digital version of Gloomhaven. Really cool stuff. I've done a bunch of live streams for this, so if you haven't seen that, go check them out. If you want to, sit back, relax, and just watch a live stream, well, afterwards you can watch them, of course, as well. And these have been really popular, especially in terms of watched time, how much time people actually watch the videos. These have just, taken all the records for me on the channel, which in some ways is, of course, is fun. It's cool. At the other hand, I kind of wish that people would watch the board game playthroughs. I mean, the hundreds of board game playthroughs I did, watch those more and watch those the whole videos. The Gloomhaven, I think it's also because, it's a digital game, and also it's because it's live streams. People tend to watch more, longer time during a live stream because we have that contact with the live chat, which is fun. So I think I'll if I can, I would like to live stream more, even board games and so on the table. But yeah, really good game, Gloomhaven Digital. I love how they implemented Gloomhaven. And to keep talking about digital versions of board games, here's a Raiders of the North Sea in a digital version on Steam. Really cool. I really like this, how they did this. It looks awesome, and the gameplay is smooth and nice. And yeah, really good worker placement game. I was intended to make a video for the actual board game. That was the thing that most viewers had voted for. I have this hidden group on Facebook where people can vote for which video I will make each month. It's for the patrons and for the Kickstarter backers. If you're interested in being in there voting for videos, all you need to do is go check out Patreon and become a backer there. Just a few dollars every month, and then you can vote for videos. So you get some other fun stuff as well. So go check that out. Then let's head towards the next one here, and it's going to be Guacha. And Guacha is a game that is not released yet. This is a prototype. And this is I think it's the first time ever I've done a actual how to play video, which there's a reason for why I don't make how to play videos normally. Now this was requested, of course. This is a paid video, paid preview. So of course I did whatever the designer wanted me to do in this case. But how to play videos are really, really hard to make. They take a lot of time, a lot of editing, a lot of, basically I have a manuscript here where I just, talk through step by step the game, it's a bit of a challenge. I do prefer the whole playthrough, playing with Draco, being a bit more relaxed, spontaneous. I prefer that in videos, but it was fun to do one of these how to plays as well. I might do it more up ahead as well, but yeah, they do take a lot more time. So then one of my really favorite games so far this year, Hedorah. Hedorah is a really cool civilization game where you draft cards. You play these cards to build up your civilization, and it has such a good mechanism. I love this mechanism of just drafting the cards, building up, getting more and more resources basically, or getting stronger in the military and the culture and so on, so you can do more things to get more points. Really fun game. And this is also one of the videos where I started. Well, I used the top-down camera, of course, and I started using green screen like I do now, but green screen for cards. So what you're watching right now is actually not one video feed, it's actually two, but the other one you won't see until I put something in it. So let's see, I think it's gonna come up here soon, and it's really cool. I really love it. I'm gonna keep using this. Here you see it, putting up the cards there, and in real time those cards are there. I don't have to edit. This is not edited afterwards. This is so nice for me to be able to do this. Wow, it's so good. And I even switched over to, so now I'm doing pink screen instead. So I'm using pink, called pink cloth instead for doing this, because there's more green than pink in games, I found. So if I put up a green card, then of course you're not gonna see much of it. So let's see. Next up, I think this is from DracoCon, the live stream, a little live stream I did from DracoCon, Draco's own convention, for the third time, and this was in a new place, really nice place for a convention. Bunch of people having fun. We had board game library, people could borrow games, sitting down, play. They brought their own games. A lot of fun, a lot of nice people here to meet and play with. We had a board game auction as well. Wow, it was such a great time. 2 days in Trollhättan in Sweden, close to my hometown, and we had such a good time. Just chatting, playing games, having fun together, and it was fun to see that some new people showed up that I didn't, that I don't know since earlier. I really love that when we can get more people into the hobby and get to learn more, get to learn to know more people that appreciate gaming. So yeah, this was really fun. It's going to be once a year in August or September. It's going to be this event. So, and there we have some other YouTubers as well, Dice Ninjas as well. Swedish or Swedish English YouTubing. And we also did a live top 5 list from the stage here, where me, Martin, and Eric, a friend of mine, were talking about games and games we hate. That's the top 5 games we hate. That was really fun. It was a bit I was a bit nervous even to make it because I usually never talk down games. I mean, I usually talk about the good stuff in games, and to make a list about just games I hate, that was that was a bit different. But we did have fun with it. I hope that people appreciate watching it as well. I mean, it's with a grain of salt, of course. It's not that serious, and it's not about like hating the designer or hating you if you like that game. Of course, it's just like games that we had a bad experience with. Like in this case, Martin doesn't like Hanabi for some weird reason. I think Hanabi is a good game. But anyhow, let's continue here with another playthrough, Inuit. This is one of the ones I just did a week ago. And in this one, I used that pink screen as well, so I could put up the cards and zoom in on the cards. And Inuit is a really cool game. I really like it. Well, here you see it. I can put up the card there. The only issue I have with it is sort of the thematic. It's weird that you're going out killing children of tribes that aren't yours to get points. I think that's a bit weird, and sitting around having fun playing a game about killing children. I don't know. That's just so weird. Because other than that, it's a cool game. I mean, you go hunting, you summon some spirits or whatever. So yeah, that's just a weird part of it. But Inuit is a cool sort of engine, building up your engine with these cards and becoming better and better at the actions that you can do. Finally, let's talk about Edge of Darkness, which is where I went back to my old style of filming because this game is so huge. It took up almost all of my tables. I couldn't do the top-down like I prefer to do these days. But wow, this game is so cool. I really enjoy it. As of now, it's definitely in my top 5 games of 2019. Of course, there's a bunch of games to come at the late part of the year, so it's hard to say right now which games I will have as a favorite, but I'll have my top 10 games of 2019 list. The video will be up at Christmas time, so then you can check out my sort of, not final thoughts, because the thing is I won't be able to play all the games that I pick up at SN Speed probably until Christmas. But anyhow, yeah, really nice game where you craft cards. It's like a deck builder, but instead of getting more cards, you have the same amount of cards, but you craft them, so you put in better cards into the sleeves that you have, basically. And also in this one, you're building a deck that is a common deck, so I can pick up your card, but then I have to pay you money in order to use it. So there's a lot of interaction in a good way, I think. It's not like take that or anything, but it's sort of worker placement with card and deck building, sort of, and really lovely artwork, and gameplay is really fun. The only bad thing I can say about this game is that the downtime is pretty heavy because you do a lot of things on your turn. I do prefer games where you do like 1 or 2 things at your turn and then you keep going around the table, but you can't really do that in this one. I explain why at the end of the video here as well, at the run through. And also I should mention that tower over there is really cool, or up there. It's so cool with the throwing cubes into the tower, and then the tower divides the cubes randomly into 3 different bowls, and depending on where they land, that can trigger attacks that goes against one of the players. Really cool game, Edge of Darkness. And I am going to end the video right here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will ask you again that if you did like the video, press the like button to support the channel and become a subscriber if you're not already. You can click the red button down there and also click the little bell symbol so that you will get notifications from YouTube when I post new videos. And if you really want to support the channel, go check out Patreon. I really want to get Patreon going, so go check out Patreon. I mean, even $1 a month I think most people can afford that, but that really helps out the channel. Going to conventions, getting better equipment and all that. The money is needed. I wish I were in a situation where I could say that, I'm never going to ask you for money. I don't need, but that's not the case. I don't have that kind of money to just be doing this. So I have to ask you to check out Patreon. The links are in the description. Have a great evening or morning, or whenever you're watching. Take care. Bye-bye.
Be like Draco. Follow Board Games with Niramas on Facebook at BGW Niramas.